The Shimmering Magi by Sebastian Iturralde, Part 6. Duncan and the others were part of a powerful group of water mages, tasked with protecting the depths of Elysium from the constant threat of darkness. As they descended deeper into the abyss on their droplets of water, Duncan reassured Minerva by saying, "Follow me and everything will be all right." As they descended, the light that shined through the walls of water began to fade. For a moment Minerva thought they would be traveling in complete darkness and slowed her speed. But soon enough, Duncan led her into a tunnel of light. The walls of the tunnel were glowing and provided enough light for her to easily navigate her droplet of water. As they surfed through the tunnel, they came across one of the bubbles of darkness that the group had warned Minerva about. These bubbles had a crucial role in the depths of Elysium and were constantly trying to take control of the place. Duncan and Minerva quickly took action, using their control over water to shoot powerful jets of water at the bubbles, causing them to burst into fragile ice and leave behind trails of darkness. Minerva enjoyed the thrill of destroying the darkness with her magic and water. She was unsure of what was happening but couldn't help but enjoy the ride. The tunnel continued for minutes as they surfed at high speeds until a fork in the tunnel caused a problem that none of them were prepared for. Mona, another member of the group, had to accelerate to avoid crashing into a bubble of darkness. In the process, she pushed Minerva towards the side and they took different paths. Now, alone in the tunnel, Minerva stopped to try and return but was met with hundreds of bubbles of darkness. With no other option, she continued down the tunnel alone, hoping to find her way back to the others. She accelerated, using her water magic to destroy the bubbles that appeared in her path, but they seemed to be appearing more frequently. So she continued, shooting streams of water and surfing on her droplet of water to avoid contact with any of the bubbles of darkness. She wasn't sure what could happen, but something told her it wouldn't be good. Minerva found another fork in the tunnel and felt lost. Shooting at the bubbles of darkness was no longer fun. It was a necessity to keep her speed. As she turned, she could see that the bubbles of darkness were continuing to appear all around her, until she reached a place where a wall of bubbles of darkness blocked her path. Minerva tried to turn and go back, but it was impossible. The bubbles of darkness were approaching slowly. Minerva had no choice but to stop completely to avoid being hit by one of the bubbles. "What am I going to do?" she thought as she shot water to destroy the bubbles around her. There were too many. Caleb, traveling at the back of the group, turned to follow Minerva and was also surprised to see so many bubbles of darkness suddenly appearing. The number of bubbles was so high that he had to struggle to destroy them and continue behind Minerva. Minerva covered her head with her hands when she felt overwhelmed, surrounded by the bubbles of darkness. Caleb did everything possible to destroy the bubbles before they could surround Minerva. Caleb looked on helplessly, unable to do anything about it. He had to find a way to save Minerva. But how? A burst of light was followed by crystallized water that shattered against all the walls of the light tunnel. Caleb was surprised to feel a piece of ice pass close to his face as if it were an arrow. It was impossible. All the bubbles of darkness were destroyed and a cloud of darkness remained around Minerva. Caleb approached. "Are you okay?" Minerva opened her eyes with her hand still over her head. "What happened?"